Yes, welcome on in to another edition of Tom Brand One Thoughts. And I thank you for taking the time to look at this video. Check out my other two channels. Smarkchat if you like sports. And the Tom Brand One chat roulette, lists, sketches, jokes. It's funny too, I promise you. And the goal of this channel is to either make you the goal of this channel is to know how to hold a damn camera correctly. Shit. Anyway, the goal of this channel is to either make you laugh or put you to sleep. And today, I want to talk about being a good coworker, or I guess things that annoy us about other coworkers, or just coworker etiquette. I guess you could call this the coworker vlog. I don't know about you guys. We all have all different type of jobs. Some of us have office jobs. Some of us do manual labor. Some of us have unique jobs where we work in a given work week in different locations. But specifically what I want to talk about is my experience, working in an office setting. And there are many things, and this is just my life lesson to you. As far as coworkers go, we have to coexist with coworkers. We want to keep our job, but sometimes things annoy us about coworkers. I'll give you an example. Lunch, for example. You guys have, we have a microwave at work. Sometimes you find usually that people go to lunch at the same amount of times, and usually what people do, times are tough now, it costs money buying lunch every week, every day of the week, of the work week. So usually, what a lot of people in my job do, and I do this too, but I'll explain, I'm very selective. A lot of people bring lunch, from last night's dinner's leftovers, and they bring smelly food. Oh my God, that stinks up the whole office, and that's not being good to your fellow coworkers. Like, for example, how many times do you guys know of a coworker that would bring fish to work? Let me tell you, the microwave is downstairs in the basement. I'm on the top floor. Someone cooks up fish, and you smell that for all the way. It perfumes the whole office. People are now smelling your stinky fish. No matter what type of expensive fish you brought for lunch, whether it be salmon or a trout, fish stinks. Never bring fish. No, don't bring fish. You need your veggies. I understand. We need a balanced diet. Sometimes people bring veggies with their lunch. Like broccoli, for example. Even though I am a big broccoli fan, broccoli stinks up the whole place too, and it is not good to have broccoli stinking. Have you ever smelled broccoli? Like, especially after you microwave it? It smells like farts. Do you want people smelling farts? No, you got to be cautious of what you bring for lunch. safe things, safe type of foods, I think, would be something like, I don't know, chicken, or a nice sandwich. Or even like if you bring meatloaf. Now, with meatloaf, it's very tricky because when you open up that Tupperware and it's like cold, coming from the fridge, it doesn't smell too good. It smells But if you cook that up, it's very tricky. The meatloaf smells very good. So meatloaf, things like chicken, or a sandwich. It depends on what type of sandwich you bring. You can't bring like salami. A nice ham sandwich, I think, smells nice and is good for all your coworkers involved. So you got to be very courteous of the type of food that you bring for lunch. Now, it always annoys me because, listen, it always annoys me that, that microwave. You ever notice? Sometimes it's very tricky with that microwave. It's like a community microwave, so it's really no one's microwave at work. So no one feels the need to clean up that microwave. So sometimes, because people don't keep the lid on the cover, or you don't have that microwave cover for the microwave to put on your Tupperware, sometimes the food spills all over the microwave, and then it dries, and then the next person comes to use said microwave, and it's just dirty. You feel grossed out. You don't want to use that microwave. So it's very simple to be courteous to your coworkers that use the microwave. If you have a spill, clean it up. I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather, because I take my lunch in a bag, I would much rather keep that lunch in a bag. So, and I go to the gym often, so sometimes what I do, I bring my gym bag to work, I leave it under my desk, and I keep my lunch in there. You might say, oh, what happens in the summertime? It's warm, and that could cause stinkage. No, my friends, it does not. Because the other option that you might have is the fridge. The community workplace fridge. Sometimes you open up that fridge and, man, woo! Nightmare. You're afraid if you put your food there. You know what I'm talking about. You're afraid if you put your food there that you're going to lose a few fingers. Again, very, very easy to solve this problem. Don't leave open cans of soda in the fridge. Make sure your bottles are tight if you do use the fridge. Make sure your Tupperware is tight. And if it just so happens that there is leakage around your said drink, and you know it's yours, you said Tupperware in the fridge, just clean it up. It makes the fridge so much nicer. So much nicer. Just, etiquette for our fellow coworkers. Sometimes, you work with really shady coworkers. I haven't experienced this, thankfully, but some people that I do know have said that this has happened, where at times they put food in the fridge and their food is taken away. It's stolen. It's stolen. Someone, a fellow coworker, stole another fellow coworker's lunch, and that's not good etiquette. That is not good etiquette at all. Or sometimes they can either completely steal the lunch, which is very ballsy, especially if you work in a small company. You really narrow it down to a few people. Now, if you work in a big company, that's going to be hard to narrow down. Do you ask the boss to look at the tape, hey, who stole my lunch? If there are video cameras, you might have to. But, sometimes They don't steal the lunch, but what they do is you bring over a safe food where it doesn't smell for lunch, like refer to chicken or a nice ham sandwich, and they take a little piece of the ham or chicken sandwich, and you know that someone picked at your food because you look at it, you're like, listen, this whole piece is missing of the chicken. And it's not even like it was cut by a knife, like it was ripped off. I mean, when that happens, you really need to start questioning your coworkers. And if you're guilty of this, you, my friend, are not a good coworker. We all have, at least my workplace does. No, not this particular one, but the prior one. You know, either have a water fountain, or in this case, like a water fountain, I guess. Okay, and what a lot of people do, and this kind of grosses me out, and this should be stopped. People bring their Poland Spring water bottles, drink water, and then it's empty. And you're at work for a long period of time, or you bring one of these things, a thermos. That's how to pronounce it, right? Thermos. And thermos, by the way, is very good because this thing has ice. I put in ice, and it just keeps the ice is literally there for pretty much the whole day. But you drink your you're there at work for 8 hours, and you drink your first bottle, and then to conserve, you're being economical. You're not going to throw away that water bottle. At least a lot of people don't. They think they're doing the smart thing. So what they do is they bring the empty water bottle now, that which they drank out of, which their lips touched on the brim of the water bottle, and then they go to the water cooler, the water fountain, and pour more water in that bottle. So now the base of the fountain where the water comes out is now touching the base of your water bottle or thermos, which you have been drinking out of and which your lips have touched. So now pretty much what I'm trying to say is when you fill up your water bottle, you now have everyone's lips on your water. No. It's not good. Germy. Sickly. You don't know what happens, what these people have. You don't want their germs. What if that person comes in with a cough? This is why, ladies and gentlemen, what you need to do. Have a thermos. And then you bring a separate bottle where you keep it. See, this is like 33. This is a liter. So this keeps me going for the whole day. And I still have leftover where all I do, open it, pour it in my thermos, and I'm good for the rest of the day. I don't have to go to the water fountain and get everyone's germs on my thermos. Proper etiquette. Let's not use the water fountain. I guess you gotta take the lesser of two evils. Let's not fill up our water bottles in the water fountain. Capiche? Capiche. The workplace is really, we spend pretty much our whole day, in the workplace, long amount of hours for the most of us, 9 to 5 jobs. And, you have to have, not only, this is very key, it's having good bathroom etiquette. I'll give you an example, like my bathroom, for example. I had both of this where, currently the bathroom that we have, there are 3 bathrooms, but it's only where one person could use the bathroom. You have other bathrooms, but where, and the door locks in that bathroom that we have. So it's 1 toilet, 1 sink, 3 bathrooms, okay? All throughout different floors. That's just my specific bathroom in my workplace. Now, if you have this type of bathroom in your workplace as well, always make sure that the bathroom is closed. Because you notice Sometimes if you forget to close, if you don't close that bathroom, you know what happens? Your coworkers, they automatically pull the door open. They don't even knock. They pull the door open. Gotta be careful of that. So coworkers, if you're guilty of this, what you would have to do, knock at the door. If you hear 1 minute, don't pull the door open. Sometimes what a lot of coworkers do, which is not good as well, they knock. They do like a, and then they pull the door at the same time, which is like, what is the point of the knock? You understand? Let's not do that. Have some etiquette. Have some etiquette for us, please. If you're in a situation where only one person could use the bathroom at the same time, knock and wait for a response. Because I know a lot of people are guilty of this. It will save your coworkers embarrassment and embarrassment on your behalf as well. Going back to the food. See, now, if you have stinky food, okay, if you're hell-bent on having that stinky food, if you have, let's say, leftovers in your Tupperware, or if you bring sometimes takeout lunch is stinky as well. Like if you have Chinese food and you leave that in like a garbage pail by your desk, that's gonna stink up the whole office as well. Even fruits, for example, if you're snacking on an apple or you're snacking on a banana, that might stink up the workplace as well. Because, after you eat an apple, it just turns into yellow, like a dark color within seconds, and it stinks. The banana peel stinks. Chinese food stinks. Don't leave that garbage by your desk where you are around other workers. What you would simply do, any garbage for that matter, after you're done, go to a larger garbage pail, which is usually outside of the building, and throw it away. Workplace etiquette. It's simple. Just takes a few seconds of your time. A lot of a pet peeve that I have for me is the printer. Ah, yes, the damn printer. Sometimes a lot of people, sometimes, depending on your line of work, and my line of work is when we print like damn Bibles. We print damn Bibles. So what I usually do is I give a courtesy shout. And I say, listen, I am going to print a ton of pages. I'm printing a Bible now. So don't use the printer. Wait until I'm done. Sometimes it works. Other times it doesn't. So what happens? Let's say if I have to print 2 copies of this big project that I'm doing. Prints once. And then somehow after my job is finished printing, the next person that hit print, their page comes out. And then my job, my second copy, is now printing. So they don't wait until I'm finished. They have to print that one page because it's so damn important. So now what happens is, if one copy is 50 pages, so my 50 pages are out, and then in between my second copy is 3 pages of the other coworkers' printed material. So in between my 100 pages, there are 3 pages now that are not mine. It's stuck in between my copies. So now what happens is you have the awkwardness of, Now you're trying to make sure, being courteous, that you get your 2 copies and not take the other person's work that they printed. And now you're inconvenienced. No one wants to be inconvenienced. Sometimes if that person beats you, because naturally, if I'm printing 100 pages, I know it's going to take some time. So the person that's printing that 3 copies that just ignored my courtesy shout now takes their 3 copies and by accident takes my 3 pages of my second copy of 50 pages. So now you are on a goose hunt to get the first 3 pages of your second copy of 50 pages. Understand? Not good. Please, let's keep our ears open to our coworkers around us. And another thing, if you're printing like a lot of pages like I am, courteous is to refill printer paper. It's simple, right, guys? Just refill it. All that it is you take a little walk, pull out the printer paper from the package, fill it up. That way, continuous printing, cohesive unit amongst your coworkers will be had. It's simple. Simple life lessons from your buddy, your pal, your amigo, Tom Brand 1. Tom. You could call me Tom. Last thing before I leave you, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hopefully you picked up some life lessons. Be a good coworker. Be a very good coworker. If you're sick, don't come into work. No one wants your germs. I know we have sick days. We have personal days. And we are all guilty of this sometime or another. Whether it's because of your workload. You have a lot of things to accomplish that day at work. And you're sick even though you're under the weather. You don't want to fall behind on your workload. But let's not kid ourselves. 90% of the time, it has nothing to do with our workload. It's the fact that we don't want to use a personal day being sick. We don't want to use a personal day. We don't want to use a sick day if we're sick. We want to use the personal day, sick day. Even though we're not sick, we're going to take that sick day to enjoy ourselves at the movies, at the beach, at home. Anything but being sick. So let's not be wimps. Let's be courteous of our co-workers because they don't want our germs. And use personal days, sick days when we are sick. No one wants our cold. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope all is well. I'll see you down the road. Until next time. Take care, guys.